I wish I was the homeschool mom that always did that home. And I started to just feel a lot of the mom guilt that I wasn't doing those things. I tried to incorporate them, but the reality was that I just was not
you're finite.
Gifted
or gifted. Okay,
at having the energy to put into all of those things.
So this was a great outlet.
This was great. Yeah, it relieved my heart for them to be here and know that they're getting that aspect of school and that experience.
And it's not all on you.
Right.
From its inception, Trinity has sought to serve the whole body of Christ through our educational approach. And beyond traditional programs, we've extended that mission to families in a variety of contexts. As more parents desire greater freedom in how their children are taught and formed, Libertas Preparatory School provides that flexibility, while still remaining rooted in a Christian context. Libertas Live specifically offers an on-campus experience for independent learners, blending at-home education with structured relational classroom time for growth and community. Welcome to Different by Design. Thank you for joining us on Different by Design. I'm your host, Matt Dixon, along with a few special guests. One specific aspect of our school, and that's our Libertas program. Just for some quick context, Trinity Classical Academy functions with 5 schools under its umbrella. We have our grammar school, which is our pre-K through 6th grade. We have our logic school, 7th and 8th grade. We have our rhetoric school, 9th through 12th. And then we also have 2 outside schools that function on our campus as well. Our Imago Dei School, which you've probably heard a previous episode about. And then our Libertas Preparatory School, which helps those in the homeschool and independent learning community. And so from that, there is one aspect of our Libertas program that we want to highlight today, and that's our Libertas Live program. So we have Angela Accarelli, who is our Libertas Live coordinator. We have one of our parents, Nessa Russell, who is joining us. And then, of course, Mr. Jeff Culp, who is our COO, but helps oversee our Libertas program. And so I'm looking forward to this conversation just to find out more specifically what Libertas is and what it does and all of that. So thank you all for joining me today.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
So as we talk about this idea of Libertas and Libertas Live, what does that even mean? If you were explaining to someone for the first time this Libertas Live program, what are the relevant details? What would you want to share with them, just as far as how it operates, its purpose, all of that?
I often say when you say Libertas, you do mean a lot of things here at Trinity. So Libertas Preparatory School is designed for our independent learning community homeschoolers, how we can partner with them. So for starters, there's 2 tracks, track 1 and track 2. And track 1 means that we are your school of record. So we help make sure everything is done in order for the state of California and keep your records for you and with you. Track 2 means somebody else keeps your records, but yet you're choosing to participate in something here at Trinity. So after that, then we have several offerings. We have co-op classes, which are held off campus, once a week, and that's for 7th through 12th grade, some offerings there. Libertas families can choose to take a Trinity class, so attending a regular 7th through 12th grade class for the school year. If you're track 1, you could participate in Trinity sports and fine arts activities. And then there's Libertas Live, which is what we want to focus on today, which is our on-campus K through 8th grade program held on Wednesdays and Fridays. So a lot of details there. But
yeah, so Libertas Live is a wonderful program that serves homeschool families who are looking to be a part of a Christian school community. We offer enrichment classes twice a week for grammar school, which is our kindergarten through 6th grade class, and graded classes for 7th through 8th grade students. We have roughly about 14 to 18 students in the classes. And then a typical day will look like we all gather together, kindergarten through 8th grade, for about 15 minutes of worship in the morning. And then all the students will go to their specific classes. We have 6 different class rotations for grammar school, 3 on Wednesday and then 3 different ones on Friday. And then logic school will typically stay in one classroom for all 3 of their classes. And then we all end our day with lunch and recess together.
That's great. So some of it is just them, number one, even being able to be around other students, but secondarily to do that in a Christian environment.
Correct.
And then hopefully that, honestly, we're obviously teaching and providing classes that, like you just said, that maybe they're not going to do this at home, or you need more than just a few kids to make it happen.
Right.
So this is
Right.
a kind of a piece that can fill those things for them. That's great.
Yeah. And being homeschool students, they don't typically get to learn with other students, with their peers. They don't really do group activities and partners. So coming onto campus here, they get to do group projects and presentations and public speaking in front of a classroom.
How would you say, I know you alluded to this as far as looking at the Christian environment, but what, for both of you, both from the programmatic side of it and then even from what you've experienced as a family, what would you say uniquely makes our Libertas classrooms Christian?
That's something that actually stood out to me was I love that you start every morning with a time of singing hymns and having the kids join into worship and having that modeled for them, even what it looks like to worship together and start your day off that way. And I also love that the teachers model Christ for our students. And I know my daughter has come home often telling me stories about what is shared in class. And we had a teacher who's a missionary and then sharing her missions experience and how that plays into whatever subject she's teaching. So I love that each subject is taught from a Christian perspective and through the lens of Scripture.
And obviously, to me, one of the most important things, and I'm grateful for this in our Libertas Live program as well, and this is true for us in a broad sense at Trinity, but it's the people. The teachers that we have and the people that our students are able to interact with. I know oftentimes for all of us, and whether it's in a 1-day-a-week situation or a 5-day-a-week situation, students come home and they talk about their teachers. They remember things about them, probably even more than some of the information that they're going over sometimes. But I think what's the beautiful thing about that is that there are worthwhile people that are in front of them to say, hey, follow me as I follow Christ, and follow me, even whether it's, no matter the subject matter. And I'm grateful that even extending to our Libertas Live program, we have that for these students, that we have good examples for them to look up to and follow. So overall, what would you say is, when you're talking about Libertas Live, who is the ideal student or ideal family that it's serving?
So a Christian homeschool family where you can, you pick your own curriculum to teach at home. And then your children can go to a Christian school and take classes on campus and be able to socialize and be with like-minded people.
Yeah, so it's really meant to be kind of a supplement to what's already going on at home.
Correct.
For them. And hopefully this provides the communal aspect as an extension for what's going on. So some of the maybe practical details, because I know especially moms have these questions when it comes down to it, but what's a typical Libertas Live class? Like, what are the classes we offer, and how big are they? Are there 80 kids in each classroom, or what's going on there?
Yeah, so you can visit our website for a full schedule. The classes that we offer for grammar school are history, PE, art, music, creative art, science, Bible, math games, and an optional add-on for drama class. For logic school, which is our 7th and 8th graders, we offer science, history, and Bible, and also drama class optional add-on on Fridays.
So I'm just trying to picture this as a parent. They're coming and they can sign up for like one day, both days. What does that look like?
Yes, they have the choice if they want to do one day or both days.
Okay. And they can take part in all 3 of those classes that occur
Correct.
that day. And then how does that correspond with, and maybe Nessa, you can speak to this even experientially, but like, so they take these classes. How does that work in connecting what you're already doing at home or maybe elsewhere as far as your, I don't know what you would call it, your overall curricular package or what that looks like?
Yeah, I think that is one of the most important parts to parents when I'm talking to other moms is how do you fit in your curriculum with also having these kind of extracurricular classes or supplementing classes. We just fit in our extra lessons on the days that we're at home. So I focus more on the math and English lessons that we need to get done on those days. Since they're getting science at Libertas, we still do a science curriculum, but maybe we won't focus as much energy on that through the week. But for us, it's just a matter of it's worth it. It's worth it to us to work harder on the days that we're home so that we can be here and enjoy the fun of being with other students and also just the joy of getting the extras that you don't do at home sometimes, like art and the science experiments, and also drama has been excellent. That's something that a lot of homeschool kids don't get to be a part of. So all of those things are so valuable to us that we just plan our schedule around incorporating that into our day.
Yeah. No, that's really helpful. So obviously it does stay true to its name in the sense of Libertas meaning freedom or liberty. It gives families a lot of freedom. It gives families a lot of liberty in how they're choosing to go about things, options that they might have, things that they can look at as far as what might fit best for their family.
Yes.
Especially for ones that might be looking for additional assistance, practically, academically, but in particular, that communal aspect of the Trinity community, being a part of a larger school community, and specifically a Christian school community, a place of like-minded believers who you can gather with. And then from there, there's a lot of roads that you can take.
Yeah, a lot of Libertas families participate in other classes and other offerings elsewhere. But again, like you said, where we're different, everything we're doing is through a lens, a Christian worldview lens. So I think that's why almost all of our families would choose to, do one of our co-op classes or our live or even our sports. So
from your perspective, how would you say our Libertas Live program cultivates community and relationships for students? Because I know you mentioned that being an important part, but what does that look like? What are some things maybe that we're doing intentionally to help come alongside families in that regard?
Well, as mentioned earlier, we do get together for worship in the morning all together. Lunch and recess, the students have that opportunity to play, get to know each other, and then also working together in the classroom in groups and partners.
We also do the Thanksgiving feast every year, which is a great time for all the families to get together and students to kind of let down and have fun, do something different, which my kids really enjoy. I think the drama class, too, is a great place for them to build relationships because they're creating something together and then presenting it. So
because there's an actual performance that they work towards, right?
Each semester. So my kids have made probably their closest relationships in that class.
Libertas as a whole has their learning museum, which is a bit of an open house students display project. So different classes from co-op or live, participate in that night, which we just had last week. So that was a great night for, again, the community that Libertas is.
Nessa, your family's been a part of Libertas Live for how long now?
Probably 7 years. Yeah.
And Angela, I know you're working here, but you originally started out as a family that just came and found this and was attending, right?
Correct.
So I think for both of you, from your perspective as parents, what would you say initially drew your family to Libertas Live?
For us, I was really looking for a place where the kids could come and have a more formal atmosphere. I wanted them to learn how to interact with adults and students where the expectations were a little bit higher. They had to sit still. They had to have respectful behavior, learn how to ask a question the right way, and all of those things. I also really wanted them to have the colorful parts of school, like science experiments and art projects. And
you're saying you don't always do that at home? Is that what you're saying?
I wish I was the homeschool mom that always did that home. And I started to just feel a lot of the mom guilt that I wasn't doing those things. And I tried to incorporate them, but the reality was that I just was not
you're finite.
gifted
Okay,
having the energy to put into all of those things.
Yeah.
So
So this was a great outlet.
this was
for you.
great. Yeah, it relieved my heart for them to be here and know that they're getting that aspect of school and that experience.
And it's not all on you
Right.
at this point. It's great. Yeah, Angela, what about for you?
Same as Nessa. We wanted more of a Christian environment. We were new at homeschooling, and we knew we also wanted our kids to be part of a school community, and all while choosing our own curriculum and choosing what we wanted to teach them at home.
Yeah, you wanted that freedom and you wanted that flexibility, but you wanted a little bit of structure.
We wanted a little bit of structure, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But also for them to be able to get to know other people and have other teachers. And
What would you say, so initially as you guys were looking at it and researching it, maybe what were some initial questions or hesitations you maybe had before jumping in and before joining Libertas?
For me, it was, will my kids fit in? Is this the right decision? And I think because we were so new at homeschooling and starting something new, all of those questions always arise. But overall, I trusted the Lord and the path that he was sending us on, and I felt at peace with our choice and our decision.
I think for us, it was what we were talking about earlier, fitting in our curriculum. And would we have enough time to give to our regular school curriculum with the additional classes and a day where the kids are gone? So that was my initial worry, but we decided to jump in and see what happened, and it turned out that we could fit it all together.
It still worked.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, as we've been doing this for a few years now, it's fascinating that families come our way that have been homeschooling for years and have it all dialed in. And we have families that are choosing it for the first time. Some are choosing it for the first time as they're starting kindergarten. Some are switching to it, as their kids are in grammar school. So I just see us serving families at all different levels and supporting them in their journey that they're choosing. And some are choosing it confidently, and some are choosing it hesitantly or scarily, if that's the right word. But just
Yeah. How would you say, you both have kind of alluded to this, but how would you say joining, being a part of Libertas Live has maybe changed or, enhanced your children's learning experience, or maybe even just for your family as a whole?
I really have enjoyed watching my kids grow in their confidence in interacting with people, interacting with their peers, but also being able to present something like at the Learning Museum is a great opportunity, or in drama. It's helped them learn how to do more public speaking and how to project their voices, how to be confident on stage. And I've just seen that open up opportunities for them.
Yeah, my oldest son is naturally an outgoing social person, and he thrives being around people and learning beside his peers. And I felt like this just really was the best place for him. He's also mentioned to me on several occasions how his relationship with the Lord has grown significantly through the Bible classes here at Live as well. And my youngest is more of a shy type of person. However, when he was in first grade, he did want to join the drama class.
Oh, wow.
And I followed his lead, which I'm happy that I did, because his confidence grew because of that class. Now he can speak in public, and all the kids here at Live, especially my boys, I can speak for them, they have built wonderful friendships.
Yeah. If there was a parent who's listening right now and they're thinking through, is this the right thing? Is this the best fit for us? Is this the best fit for my children? And they're trying to make that decision, what would you want to say to them?
I would say just try it. If you're a Christian homeschooler looking for your student to be part of a school community, but you also want to choose your own curriculum to teach at home, Libertas Live might just be the right place for you.
Yeah, and the great thing about homeschooling is that you can try something and then you can change your mind, or it might be the blessing that you were looking for.
So I think just in closing, would love to leave people with some practical information. What would be maybe the best next step if they are interested in learning more and getting more information about Trinity's Libertas Live program?
Yeah, you can go on to Trinity's website and fill out an inquiry form. We also recommend you attend one of our informational meetings that we have monthly. We also can set up a tour for you if you're interested in checking out our campus and our classes. and we will be more than happy to set that up.
I've seen that be beneficial for people. You walk people around and show them the classrooms they're going to be in and the kids they're going to be around, and it's an encouragement when I see that.
Yeah. It's a taste and see situation.
Yes.
That's great. Well, thank you all for your time, and thank you for joining us for this conversation today. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Different by Design. To learn more about Trinity Classical Academy, visit us at trinityclassicalacademy.com. And for more information about our approach to classical Christian education, be sure to check out the conversations over at the Classical Academy podcast. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe and share. Until next time.